We're back with Poland, and that is a very jolly headshot. Weronika and Monika Sadowski on the back. Madge, Nico Jacobus, Tracy, JW and Wietze are the horses. And we move back into Arabo-Frisian territory with Wieslaw Sadowski. He's quite a character, this gentleman. You'll notice he's got the ponytail at the back there. And the girls have got their buns on. He's somebody that just exudes such pure enjoyment for being here and with his driving. He's participated in the European Championships since 2021. He was in Silvaș-Ferad as well. This year in Dressage, he's been at 2 Polish events and from there achieved his qualifying scores. The Dressage was 55.30 and in Kazaz it was 58.43. Remember, the 65 was the cut-off point. That was where our drivers had to get this season in order to earn their allocation. And then for some of our nations, some of the very competitive nations, when there was an allocation of 5 drivers per nation, 3 for a team plus an additional 2. We've actually got some pretty big names that have been here before for countries like the Netherlands and Germany that just didn't make the shortlist. Sometimes with the host nations, and we had this in Hungary 2 years ago, that they open it up and the host nations are actually able to field an extra few turnouts, but we do have to dovetail here in Aachen what else is going on. He's smiling at his horses. Slightly overshot the X, because of course that's the point at which you come back. So he did add almost like an extra turn to get himself onto the line he wanted to. He's on 59-ish just now. 57 to you. There we go, 59-ish. Obviously, our judges are rewarding our happy horses. I don't know if they'll give an extra mark for a happy driver as well. Bartolomew Kwiatek standing in the back, though, a very well-decorated Polish athlete. He's here looking on, perhaps helping behind the scenes. He's a good coach as well. He's been a world singles champion, competes as well in singles, pairs and teams, but particularly good. His sister Veronica, especially good as well at producing the young horses. They've both enjoyed tremendous success at the Young Horse World Championships. We've got that in a few weeks' time. We had all the youngsters, the under-25s, juniors and children competing in Romania last weekend. So whilst a lot of the world was focused on the eventing, dressage and vaulting here in Aachen, we in driving, and many of our families and the people here, be they grooms or drivers or parents, were involved in those youth championships as well. Still got the young horses to come and the singles in Munich in early September. So World Singles Championships as well. 6s, 6.5s, the odds 7. The wheel horses possibly not bending as much as they could do on those turns, but it's not easy with that one-handed movement, because you just lose, well, the range of communication that you have when the reins are in each hand. You really do have to set yourself up and hope that all the training you've done to get to that point will keep them in collection. Without them going flat. He still looks like he's absolutely having his best day out there. How's that rainback going to go? And the Frisians, obviously we've got the Arabo Frisians here with that injection of the Arab endurance and pizzazz up to 20% in the DNA, but a purebred Frisian or even an Arabo Frisian, they do have particularly long flowing manes and tails and quite often have quite a lot of feather around their legs as well. And the Frisians, when they're used for the commercial work, be it for horse-drawn funerals, which they're absolutely ideal for with the black colouring, usually those manes and tails are left flowing, but the legs are trimmed out, as we say, regularly. And it just keeps them looking a bit smarter. It helps with the hygiene and the management of the legs as well, if you don't have a huge amount of feather there. So Wieslaw there, he's doing what we call in driving feathering the brake. And what that means is he's using the brakes on the carriages just almost as an extra aid. It's a bit of a device like the half halt, I've mentioned that earlier, which is just the same in driving as you'd have in riding, except you don't necessarily use your seat and your core for the half halt. You know what it's like in the schooling arena when you're riding. But the front brake, there's 3 pedals, the front and the back brake, and then the additional one just to block off the range of movement on the front turntable as well, which is what we call the 5th wheel underneath the front of the carriage. Now that is pretty much what we want on the centre line. The horses are lined up well. He's perhaps a little to one, yes, he's a bit to one side, but actually for somebody that has just had one of the best days